Let's get this figured out. This world gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
MaddenHeadz YouTube. What's going on? It is your boy, Coach DC, coming back at you today with another video. And, as always, I had a question. This was an email, actually. Yeah. It was a question in an email. Yeah, follow me here. The question was, does the stuff that I do for Madden work on the college? And I'm like, what I tell people is this: if it has something to do with mechanics, meaning how to do something, how to make a catch, how to throw, pocket presence, any of that general mechanics type stuff, then it's those two are basically like one and the same. Actually, I think a lot of the mechanics that I've come up with for this year came from the college, because the college came out first, and so I was working on that first. With the college football guy thing, and so it's like the one thing all right, let's compare for a second. One thing about the college that I struggle with, you see how the names are so faint up underneath the players, and so when you click on and switch stick between players, to me it's harder to switch stick in the college because the names aren't as pronounced, or the icons that aren't as pronounced. And so I know you can enlarge, I think you can enlarge the icons or whatever, but yeah, it's like it just needs to be a little bit more pronounced. I think the players are smaller, obviously. But to the college, wow, that was crazy. To the college football, to their credit, the game moves better. You're able to do stuff. And so, the RPO stuff gets a little annoying, but as you see, there are answers for that too. Yeah, that was wild. The college game is more responsive, meaning, from a user and all that other perspective. My only problem with it is basically I can't see. Y'all know I'm old. See, I can't even see. I don't even know what this dude's name is because I can't read that. You know what I'm saying? And so in Madden, all that stuff is more pronounced, even though the game does not move as smoothly as the college. I think like in the college, some of the even the zone, the play art to me in the college is better. It's more spaced. It makes more sense. The zones look like they make sense. They have a little bit more depth to them. If y'all even pay attention to that kind of stuff. Talking about moves. Yeah, that was wicked. But yeah, it's just certain little nuances between the college and to me, the college and Madden. Like I said, it's just more responsive. The click on is more responsive. The way you're able to, way I'm able to plant and juke and put my foot in the ground without even really using the juke stick. Now, one big difference to me is how when I blitz in the college, like when I run an A gap or something, the college players seem to they have a more organic rush style, meaning the guy who's shooting the A gap, he's not just gonna run into the running back or just run into a offensive lineman. See how he kind of bobs and weaves and even gets behind his guy? You know what I'm saying? It just seems like the rush lanes are cleaner in the college. In Madden, they seem more kind of mechanical. Like, yeah, it's like you go to this spot and he runs to that spot no matter what. Even though there might be a dude standing 3 feet to the left, it's like sometimes they'll just run into the guy. And I know a lot of that probably has to do with the DDA stuff. But I mean, one thing like the Blitz Guide has taught us all, for those who have it, is that variety is basically the spice of life when it comes to your blitzes getting home and having successes. I'm showing you just different blitzes out of the same like game set. And so it's like, yes, sometimes your loop, it may be you may run the big loop, you can run the short loop, edge. I mean, it's just different ways. But getting back to one point, you see like switch sticking, you see how, so when I'm switch sticking between players in Madden, you see how pronounced the names are up underneath the players. And so you see how like it seems like that's in HD. I know I'm dated, but you know what I'm saying. It's just the clarity is just 1,000% better, and so that's one improvement that I'm hoping is coming with the college game. But from a blitz perspective, in Madden, yeah, that's why you have to have a little bit of variety in your blitzes. It's just simply because the game will pick up your blitzes if you're just running that same loop over and over and over again. That's why sometimes it works, and then sometimes it may stop working for a quarter or whatever. But the key is like when you're blitzing, the thing is that if you're able to mix and match your coverages and still get that token pressure, it doesn't always have to be that clean A gap or that clean loop or that clean edge. Sometimes it's about the angles of the blitz, and if those angles can keep the quarterback kind of where he's at, and then you know what I'm saying, once you start to mix and match, as you get pressure early, you'll see they guys start seeing ghosts. It's like nothing's open, and the pressure's too intense, even when you're not actually sending a whole lot. You know, you may just be running a 4-man overload to the right, you know, double mabled off to the left, and you know what I'm saying, then you take away what you need to take away in the middle. But the thing is, I'm gonna always try to match formation. I mean, personnel at least. And so you see how I go from I don't know if that was nickel 2-4 or 3-4 or whatever I was in, to, you know, when they go 5 wides and go empty, I can go nickel triple. And so again, it's about the angles of the rush. You see how I keep him in the pocket right there, and see it makes that throw and that angle almost impossible, simply because of, you know, the angles of the rush. The guy coming from the right, he had to tuck himself into the pocket, and it just made that angle really bad. And so, you know, guys like to go empty. Nowadays, there's a lot of people running a lot of empty stuff, but it's like, yeah, if you really know how to get the edge pressure, and then you can mix in a few loops, you know, or stunts. Y'all got me saying loops. I hate that. And then it's really, like I said, it's about mix and matching your coverage to what you're running. You don't always have to be in the same thing either. You know, your coverage can vary as your the style of the blitz, you know, varies. Like I said, it's sometimes, and then you'll get guys, once you start to really getting at those really good blitz angles, or those good rush angles, you know, guys start walking into blitzes, you know, basically like he did on that play, because they're not comfortable in the pocket. You see how he can't get comfortable? His feet never stop drifting because he's anticipating the pressure now. He's not even looking down the field. And so, yeah, I was pissed about that. That was me pausing the game. I was pissed about that. I thought I had a safety, but nah, he was out. And so then, but still in that same game, now you coming right edge, left edge, all that kind of stuff. And so then it just becomes a matter of mixing it up just enough with the coverage. You get the pressure coming, and now they're basically just throwing the ball right to you, you know, because out of panic, because now they just have to get rid of it. It becomes more about getting rid of the ball than even, you know, looking and seeing what they need to see in front of them. Anyway, man, y'all wish Everybody in your fam, man, all your women, man, happy Mother's Day, man. All right, it's your boy, Coach. I'm out.